So what's something an actor can do right away to get the creative team on their side?
So I would say, if you walk in and you assess the room, you actually look at it and you say, what's going on in this room that I'm walking into right now, and you see a window of opportunity, I would say open your mouth and say hello. Introduce yourself. If you don't know the people in the room, I always say to my students, behave the way you would actually behave. So if you walked into a room of people and they were kind of expecting you and nobody was talking and there wasn't a job on the line, how would you behave? You would probably walk in and say, hey guys, I'm Jen, or whatever your name is, instead of shutting yourself down. So I always try to use that kind of litmus paper of how would I actually behave in this situation instead of in this fabricated situation that I've created for myself.
Is there a point where you can take it too far? Can you go up and shake the hands of everybody and take a seat, or are there certain standards you need to follow?
Yes, and I do think that people go too far when they're not actually behaving how they would behave. Oh. So one of the things that we have all been doing since the day we were born is assessing the environment around us. We walk into a room, we get a feeling. A lot of times when the adrenaline's pumping and you have a particular goal in mind and you are going to do this, this, and this, and you're going through the checklist, you are not behaving authentically. You have predetermined the outcome of a situation. And anytime you've predetermined an outcome, you are not leaving room for possibility. So I really believe that one of your jobs, beyond the coming in with your material prepared and ready to go, is having the human capacity to assess your own environment.
How much freedom do you really have in the audition room? A lot of times I think we walk in thinking you have to stand on that imaginary X and sing your 32 bars exactly. What would you say to skeptics like that?
I would say you have as much freedom as you want, or as you believe you have. So again, it depends who's behind the table. For me, if I'm the person directing, there's no way for you to go too far in my audition room. Like if you decide you want to do a headstand on top of the piano while riding an imaginary unicycle and blowing bubbles out your ear, that's not too far for me. For someone else, it's going to be really too far. Of course, it needs to have storytelling value and be appropriate to the piece. I'm jesting, but the idea is that I think you should go as far as you go. I recently had a situation with a student who was out of town but being asked to put himself on video for a principal role in a West End show. And he was really struggling with how far to go in the video. And so I finally said to him, look, you can't go too far. This is an audition to play the lead in a West End show, to carry these investors millions and millions and millions of dollars squarely on your shoulders. So what if you look like you're trying hard? You should be trying hard. That's what the job calls for. And he ended up doing quite well.